Hey guys, welcome back in. Welcome to some more Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars Reforged. Welcome in, everyone. I'm not going to prolong the intro. We're going to get right on with this. So we're going to make our way over to the museum, Musikgrün, because that is going to give us the details of our next area, which I am so freaking excited for, because it's one of my favourite areas in this game. And for those of you that were around for the first playthrough, or you've played this yourself, I think you're going to know why. So, yeah, we've got a lot to talk to Andre about. Obviously, since we've been to Syria, you know, a lot's gone down. We nearly died. We nearly freaking died, guys. Okay, yeah. Right, let's go talk to Andre. Because we've got some stuff to talk to you about, buddy. And stuff you're going to be interested in.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Yeah. Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In Occidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Yeah.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Oh, we like a treasure map. Yeah, a quick rundown if for some reason you missed the last one, but you should really go back and watch. So we were in Syria, we were looking for Klausner. We were told that he was there looking for the lens. Sure enough, we found Klausner. We found the guy, but he wasn't quite, how do we say, living anymore. Not only that, Khan found us, and now, well, the whole time knew who we were, knew our name, everything. And came down to a bit of a one-on-one where we nearly, well, actually, no, let me just rephrase that. We did meet our demise because I messed up. But canonly, we made it out of there. We made it out, we made it home. And, yeah, so it's all a bit up in the air right now. So it's pretty much bad guy, good guy trying to get ahead of the game right now.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Ooh,
cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Yep.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez.
Now, we might have had these conversations already, because again, I've had to do, like, chapter selection, and for some reason, conversations... It's really bizarre. Like, if you go into a different chapter, conversations that you would have had, like, chapters before, for some reason are still here. I don't know why that's the case. So I apologise if we're going over things we already did, but at this point, I can't actually remember.
How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Right.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
I was going to say that was like most of Europe you just mentioned there.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Oh, if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained a mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Oh.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
Okay.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. Maybe it was my imagination, but I noticed a predatory look in his eye. Suddenly, this friendly historian had turned into the big bad wolf.
Of course he did. So yeah, I think maybe we did have that conversation last time about the Knights Templar, because George was saying, is it likely that they still exist? Which we technically now know they do, because we saw them in the catacombs, so...
This friend, who has the manuscript?
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
She lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Okie doke. Sure thing. Alright.
What do you make of this tool?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment? I didn't realize there were any excavations in progress in the city.
To be fair, we've probably shown him all this, so let's, well, we probably didn't show him this.
Do you have any use for this, Andre?
Ah, shouldn't think so, Georgie.
But I think this is probably going to help us.
Does this lens mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Oh. Interesting. So I thought... Huh.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Alright, well, I thought you were supposed to give me... I'm trying to think where we would go now, then. I thought it was here, and he would tell me my next desto. Unless... Oh, he's back.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Hello.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Yeah, I think we've heard this before.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Yeah.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Dang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Who?
Sieur Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here.
Oh.
He pops up there.
He's talking
The
about me.
cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sieur.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Wow. I mean, give the man a round of applause.
Who is this Sieur Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist.
Yeah, I have no idea.
What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Canadian, gotta go, see ya. Right, okay, well that was fun. That was fun to go back. I'm actually lost now. I thought we had to go to... I swear we had to go to the museum and Andre would tell us about it. Oh, there's a priest here now. Okay, there was not a priest here before. Hello.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Okay.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Hmm.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of memo, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Hmm.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
Flambert.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Oh.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen anything like this lens?
No, never. The glass seems subtly colored in some way.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before.
Hmm.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Or maybe I do have to come here first. I'm going to check... Because I know we have to come back here multiple times. I'm going to go check this again quick. I think we may have already done this, but I'm going to do it again anyway.
Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Huh. Because I know that you can do something with this and this. No, it's normally this, but for some reason George can't look into it. Okay. So I might have to do some editing because I'm completely lost. I know where we need to go. I just
A
don't.
knight, there in the company of his fellows.
I just don't remember how to activate said thing. So I'm gonna go back to the museum quick. If nothing changes there, then I'm gonna have to cut it out and figure out what we do next.
Hey, Nico.
Oh, hi. Come in. Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobino.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the Knights Christ to take back to the museum.
Ah,
I believe he's identified the family who bears that crest.
yes.
I sure hope so.
Okay, so this was just pure luck that I came back to Nico's. Okay. We may have... I don't know if we spoke... Do you know what? I'm going to go through all this dialogue. I'm going to cut it out. If we've heard it all, which we probably have, I'll join you back. Alright, guys. So we're going to go back to the museum now. Yeah, we needed Nico to trigger the fact that he'd been to the apartment. So, yeah, he's talked about the family crest now. So that should be where we need to be going. He's going to tell us about that now. Oh, thank God. I was like, what have I done wrong? Like, I don't understand. Again, knew where we were supposed to be going. I just didn't know how to trigger it. But now this should be it. So, Andre, give me that info I need, bud.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nico's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Well, oui, of course.
Mais oui. Right, here we go.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Tell me more.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the Vasconcellos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
Damn.
So what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th. That's the origin of our superstition regarding that date. At dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
Ooh.
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found
Jesus.
guilty of heresy and flame-grilled at the stake.
I mean, we knew that.
They died protesting their innocence.
Yeah, we knew all of that.
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to their victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off.
Ooh.
Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps. What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
Damn.
So Philippe stole the Templars' riches, huh?
Sounds that way.
No, they weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
Right. Okay.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Andre, because we have our next destination, and yeah, the whole reason that this video was supposed to start in the first place. So, ladies and gents, let's head over to my favourite location of the entire game. This is going to be our first visit, because we go there twice. Let's head over to the airport, because we are going to the Villa de Vasconcellos in Spain. Let's do this. Oh god, I love this place. It just has one of the best story parts to this game that I bloody love. And wow, it looks gorgeous in this remaster. We'll just give it a quick reminder. Yep, there we go. There is George in 96. Oh, yes. I feel like I'm home. So the rest of this video is probably going to be part 1, or the first visit, we'll call it, of the Vasconcellos. Yes. Right. Let's talk to this
There was
gardener.
a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. If this garden was all his own work, he was more capable than he looked.
Let's have a chat with him.
Hi, is this the Vasconcellos house?
That is a powerful hose.
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobbart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the Vasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Okay.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against
Right.
the whole world. But why? Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No.
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had,
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
and that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises.
Because she doesn't
The
play it.
Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Yeah. I kind of remembered that one because I always used to, when he says, does she play the lottery, I always used to say yes. And I was like, this time I'm going to say no, she doesn't. She does not play the lottery. Or hasn't won the
Do
lottery.
you know what this is?
See, I have a similar tool for opening culverts on the estate.
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ah, El Flojo.
Who?
El who?
El Flojo. He is a clown on state television.
Oh, is he any good?
He is as funny as scabies, without the laughs.
Okay.
Look at this tissue.
It's a tissue with some greasy muck on it.
Yes, that's right.
That's exactly what it is.
Do you recognize this man?
No,
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Damn it.
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
I mean, I know we've got the 2 people now that we could get with the shake and shock. But we're still going to do it. Just, we're going to hear all the dialogue, so...
Have you got any use for a fistful of plaster?
No.
Okay.
What do you make of this?
So that's it. You're a salesman.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk them. Have you ever seen a lens like this before?
No, senor. Never.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
And he just carries on with his gardening. Now, obviously, we want to go and see the Countess, don't we? That's the sole reason we're here. We're not just going to leave. Like, we've come a long way. God damn it, we're in Spain now. So we need to come here for what we came for. So we're going to come over here. Now, you can try and go into the house, but he's going to see you, and he does not let you in. I think that's a given. So we're going to come over this way. And we're actually going to put our good old-fashioned pressure gauge to work. Because we're going to stop his hose. Do your magic, George. Like you only know how to. Yeah, that is a powerful hose. Look at how quick that water's coming out. Was.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house.
You got it.
If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Listen, man of my word. Not going in the house. Not my intention. Don't need... Just do what you gotta do. And I'm gonna go into the house. Dan 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 dan. Right. Now, if I remember right, you don't want to walk to him. You want to walk towards the dogs. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yep, dogs are gonna kick off. And then we're gonna hide behind the suit of armor.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
I don't know how he didn't see us. If he claims he knew we were there. Alright, George. Now or never, bud. Let's go. Now, there's something we can do in this room to the left of us, but I don't think on the first visit. The next one. Oh, here she is.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobbart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobbart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station.
Fair enough.
Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
This place is like home to me. In-game, I mean, obviously. I just love it. I love being here. I love the Countess, and you'll understand why. Her story is just so good. And it just makes me feel good being here. You'll get it. You'll understand. But let's just go through this.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobbart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the Vasconcellos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
Oh.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children.
George.
Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobbart.
See what I'm saying? Okay.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobbart, if I find that you are wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Following.
Lopez, unlock the door, por favor.
God, so beautiful.
This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum,
Ooh.
Senor Stobbart.
Mm.
Oh,
Come with me.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Hey, senor.
yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors. But I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing.
It's
I
beautiful.
will be there.
Ooh.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the Vasconcellos Templars.
All right.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Don't ask me why, but I feel like I've got to be quiet while we're in here. So yeah, we're gonna keep it down because respects and all. Right, okay. Let's have a look.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. I wasn't about to start heaving at sarcophagus lids with the Countess standing there.
Would you do that anyway, Joe? Mind you, yeah, probably. If Nathan Drake was here, that'd definitely be on his bingo card.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it.
Okay.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard!
Ooh.
The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle.
Chess pieces, maybe?
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. It was too delicate to move.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it either. Let's talk to the Countess about it.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
Well, there's a lot of things here.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobbart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of
I
them.
understand.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5. 6.
Oh.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the Vasconcellos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now.
Yeah, I've just noticed. Like, how do I never notice this before? But obviously, yeah, there's 5 tombs. Obviously, the 6th is missing. I didn't realize there's an actual spot in here for the 6th tomb. But obviously, where it's missing, it's not there. You learn something every day.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobbart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Hmm.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
Yeah, but if you think about it...
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobbart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary.
Yeah, come look for yourself.
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
I love it.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobbart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
Yes.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
She's excited.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hold down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes! The old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now, hurry!
It's a big deal for her. All this time, she didn't know.
My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Oh, wow. Oh. Lopez is back.
Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobbart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobbart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobbart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
All right, yeah, so now we've got a little bit of a puzzle here. I'll be honest, to this day, I still don't understand how this puzzle works. It's just a case of moving the pieces around. But yeah, I've got no bloody idea. Whoops. I'm trying to think. Yeah, would the king be at the top? Because I'm assuming this is the queen. Would you be there? Maybe you here? Nope, that's not it. Okay. I feel like you would be with these, though. With the... Yeah, like I say, I have never known how this this part of it works. There we go.
Senor Stobbart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobbart. It is the communion chalice of the de Vasconcellos. Missing for almost 700
Ooh.
years.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
I'm sure. This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobbart.
No, this is yours.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
She gets her arm cut off. Yeah. That's awesome. Back in Nico's apartment.
So the curse of the de Vasconcellos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old
Whoa.
Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
Oh god. Right. Okay. So, right, okay. We're gonna leave it there.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna call that a video for today, guys. Yeah, it took us a while to figure out how we got to Spain, but eventually we did do it, and I think that is a perfect note to end on. And yeah, next time I think we are. By the way, we are nearly at the end of finishing this game, and I'm gonna probably get that done today. We're gonna get the game finished. We got, I think, maybe 3 more locations to go before we end this thing. But I think next time, now I've got to try and remember my knowledge of the game, but I think next time we go back to the priest, who we saw at the beginning of this episode, and he's going to help us out with the chalice, which then leads us to another location, which is another cool one. I do like it. And then after that, that will lead us back to Spain, and then from Spain, that will lead us to our very last location of the game. But we're going to do that next time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, be healthy, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you soon for some more Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars Reforged. Till then, bye-bye for now.